Welcome to SEMA 2015 in Las Vegas. I'm John Shapiro, editor of Cruisin Times TV and Cruisin Times Magazine, and we're going to take a look inside the largest exhibition of speed equipment and automotive exhibits anywhere in the world. Come on inside, let's take a look. First, let me explain what SEMA is. It stands for Specialty Equipment Market Association, and it's comprised of exhibitors, vendors, buyers, and the media. So there's more than 2,000 exhibitors having their booths on display, 60,000 qualified buyers, and these are from automotive shop owners, parts stores, both national, regional, and local, and they're looking to buy product from these exhibiting vendors, as well as a huge new product display that you'll be able to see. And then there's 3,000 qualified media outlets. That includes us, like magazines, TV, web-based outlets, and not just from the U.S., but they're from all over the world. SEMA is, though, I want to make this point clear, it's a trade show only industry event, not open to the public, not open to consumers. It is open to the general public on a Friday afternoon from 3 to 10. It's called SEMA Ignited. You'll see cars like this outside only. You won't be able to get inside, but it's a giant cruise party, $20 entry fee, ticket price, includes a giant drifting arena. Now this is, what you're looking at is in front of the convention center, and you'll see all sorts of cars competing in that. It's all surrounded by builder cars, a midway of vendors, both off-road, hot rods, sport, compact. Then there's the giant cruise along the road out in front on late Friday evening. It's called SEMA Ignited, as I mentioned before, and it's in front of the SEMA Convention Center. Believe it or not, it's on a road called Paradise Road, which is kind of like taken from American Graffiti. But right now, let's go inside. Look at some of the vendors. Talk about cool things at SEMA. Dan Stark representing DEI, and you got all sorts of cooling things for exhausts. We've got wraps, all sorts of stuff. Let's start with what we have in front of you. What are you going to put on this exhaust here?
Sure, this is our titanium exhaust wrap. We've had this out for a few years. Really great heat insulator, and it's never going to fade or dull. So once you wrap it, you're done. Don't need the coating, and don't need to get it wet to wrap. It's a real easy product.
Now, what else we got? We've got spark plugs. We're looking at keeping those cool. Anything on the engine. I mean, tell us about some of that we've got over here. We're showing right now.
Sure. Same thing. We have our Exo Series boot. It's stainless steel mesh, so it holds up a little bit better, longer life, more heat insulation. It's a silica material, so higher temp rating.
I noticed that some new products. Tell me about what's coming from DEI, new products this year.
Sure. Our muffler shield we've released. It's going to help insulate the heat, so it keeps it out of your cabin and keeps some sound down also.
And what is this, the gold behind us?
Oh yes, that's our Reflect-A-Gold, an adhesive-backed product, and you put it on, intake components, intercooler piping, things like that, just to block the heat.
So it's not only cool looking, it also keeps you cool.
You got it.
We're going to go over to take a look at what's another product from DEI, which is Boom Mat. We're in the Boom Mat corner. Mike Zanone, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell us about Boom Mat and how we can deaden some sound.
Well, Boom Mat is designed for interior comfort, take care of sound or noise, if you will, and also for thermal insulation to make your interior cooler and quieter.
And then we're going to go to the next thing. What do you got hidden under door number 2?
That's our vibration damping display. We have a couple cowbells. One's just a steel cowbell untreated, and the second is a cowbell treated with our Boom Mat vibration damping material.
All right, so I'm going to bang this thing. It's okay?
Absolutely.
Here we go. Okay, time to pound the cowbell for pretty loud. And let's do the time for dinner. Boom Mat. Anyway, we've got, you can put Boom Mat. I mean, there's a demonstration of what parts we're going to show that picture of a car. In other words, Boom Mat can go anywhere. Give us some creative ideas for use.
Well, we recommend a two-step process with our Boom Mat products. First step being our vibration damping material at 25 to 50% coverage. That'll take care of the structure-borne vibration in the sheet metal. And then over the top of that, we recommend a product like our Undercarpet Light to give you the sound absorption and the thermal insulation. Then you'll apply your floor treatment, be it your pre-molded carpeting or whatnot, over the top of it and put your seats back in and enjoy the comfort.
Man, so you're just under the dash, you can go along the floor. How about the trunk?
Trunk, we've got products for there too, the same two-step process, or we even make a product called a Leather Look Sound Barrier that makes a real nice custom cut, basically trunk mat.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. Give a phone number and a website where they can find out more.
Well, it's www.boommat.com. That's BOOMMAT.com. Phone number 1-800-264-9472.
And, of course, let's give the DEI website.
And also, you can find us through designengineering.com.
Maradyne, right here in Cleveland. Well, not here in Cleveland. You flew in together. But, Fred, tell us about, you're making fans over here. This is cool. We're part of our cooling theme. Let's cool the car down with one of these fans.
Well, thanks, John. Cooling is our game. We're all about keeping your engine cool, and occasionally we're about keeping your cab warm with our heater line as well.
Well, let's do the fans first. We're talking all sorts of applications, from any muscle car classics to street rods, tight situations. Let's try it. Let's tell us about that.
Sure. Basically, our line starts off with 16-inch single fans, which are probably our most popular. They go in a variety of street rods, muscle cars, basically anything that radiators that are up to 22 inches wide.
And what kind of CFM there?
Oh, we'll give you over 2,000, but really, most fan manufacturers rate their fans at 0 inches of static pressure. That's just like holding a fan up in free air blowing. That doesn't tell you what it pulls through the radiator core, which is really what you want to know. On our website, all of our fans are rated through a full array of static pressure, so you can see how much CFM at what static pressure. We figure most radiators are about 0.4 inches of static pressure, and you look at that rating, you'll know exactly how much your flow is.
I noticed there's an on and off button. Let's fire this baby up.
Okay, let's do it.
Go ahead. That's bringing, you just sucked half the booths here at SEMA.
Well, we could try the dual fans on the other side, and I could blow all of our signage down.
Let's talk about maybe a street rod application where you're putting fans, a pusher and a puller in a deuce radiator, let's say, or deuce frame grill.
Sure. What is paramount to those guys is the height of the fan, right here, from the bottom of the fan to the top of the motor. On this one here, which is my Champion Series fan, 16-inch M162K, we're only 3.19 inches tall, which gives you maximum airflow over 2,000 CFM, and it also gives you the thinnest profile while still moving the most air. Because, as you know, nobody has that original 4-cylinder engine in that 32 Ford Street Rod.
Nobody, just about. Let's talk about, you were talking about heating now. Wait a minute, you got a small bunch of heaters over here.
I sure do. And who doesn't want to drive their baby in the wintertime and, they don't have the
Especially in Cleveland, right?
That's right. It gets cold.
For a Christmas cruise.
That's very good. Yeah, I can't wait to be in that. So let's go over here and see the heaters.
Tell us about this now. Easy install into maybe a Model A or a B?
Sure. It'll go into Model A's. We have a variety of different areas to mount it: under the dash, against the firewall, maybe the sidewall. We have different bracketry. We also have defrost ducts and hose kits for you. They all come with a 3-speed switch, or in the case of the Santa Fe heater, it's a 2-speed built-in switch, so you can control the amount of heat that's going in your car.
That is always the problem with a street rod. You can sort of keep warm, but that windshield gets awfully, it needs a defroster.
Right, and a defroster does make it very nice.
All right, for more information, let's give it a phone number and a website.
All right, so for more information, call us at 800-403-7953 or visit us at Maradyne HP for highperformance.com.
Probably one of the most well-known wheels, Weld wheels. Chris, tell us about some of the new products you got here.
SEMA 2015 is a big event for us. Obviously, we've got over 20 new products here between our different brands, CCW, the new Hyper acquisition in the power sports business, but really but an awful lot still around our core business of weld racing, weld street and strip. So we've got GTS, which is kind of our modern muscle and pro touring wheel line that just came out in 18 through 20 inch. And we also have a lot for, kind of the old heritage lines of weld. We actually have the black Draglite, which we launched in third quarter this year. But it's really the first new product in our Sport Forge line in probably 15, 20 years. So we're really excited about that.
Now talk about drag racing. We got Erica Anders Pro Stock right behind us. Probably the last time you're going to see it with a hood scoop on it. But tell us about the wheels she's running.
Well, obviously, Eric is a great supporter of the company and is a great brand ambassador for us, and we're thrilled that she won her second championship right before the car came over here for SEMA. So what Erica runs is our flagship product, the Delta One, which is we're the only ones on the planet that make a one-piece SFI certified pro drag race wheel. And what you get with that is you end up with bead seats. The bead area is about 50% stiffer. The whole wheel is about 2.5 times stronger, and we're able to take about 24% of the weight out of it.
Now, those similar wheels to one of your other drivers, Clay Milliken, Top Fuel. That's a similar wheel he's running.
It is. So we actually have three different styles of the Delta One to meet the different SFI regulations. So there's a Pro Mod, a Pro Stock that Erica runs, and then there's a Top Fuel, which we just redesigned this year around the input from Clay and some of our pro race drivers.
And he's doing phenomenal, and he's a great guy, and we appreciate all you've done here at Weld Wheels. Give us a contact number and a website.
Sure. Well, you can see all of our products, all of our new products at weldwheels.com, or you can always follow us on Facebook for all the latest news.
To continue our theme of cool stuff, we're talking about keeping cool sounds and cool temperatures. Corey Geho from Corsa Exhaust, you guys have been synonymous with Corvettes and exhaust. Now tell us about what's behind us here.
That's right. So what has happened now, as we've gotten through all the new iterations of Corvettes, we've landed on C7. C7 is our latest offering. We came out to the marketplace with a sport and an extreme exhaust, which is exactly what we offered on the C5, C6, and we wanted to keep the momentum going with our flagship product line.
All right, but everybody thinks you're just Corvettes. What about, I see this Mustang setup over here.
Yeah, and that's where we got our start, was in Corvette, and then as we got more and more popular in the marketplace with the Corsa brand, the Corsa sound, and the technology, we got into the rest of American muscle, Challengers, Chargers, Mustangs, cars like that.
Let's talk about cold air intakes.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Back in August of 2013, TMG, the Mifsud Group, who is the owner of these two brands, Corsa and Volant, they purchased a cold air intake company and brought that technology and that know-how over to Berea, Ohio. So we are a cold air intake company as well as an exhaust company, so we wanted to continue to tell the story of the air in and air out, and we thought that was a pretty good marriage.
And this is for any American muscle car, not just Corvettes or Mustangs.
Right. It goes anything from, like you said, American muscle. We get into Jeep, truck, SUV, everything in between.
Well, let's give us your phone number and a website where you can find out more.
Okay, our main line is 440-891-0999, and you can look us up on CorsaPerformance.com or Volant.com.
Standing with Al Unser Jr., you have raced everything, two-time Indy champion, kart, fill in the blank.
IROC, Daytona 24-hour.
Oh, and even
cars.
what was the Formula? Not the Formula.
The Super V's, yeah.
Way back, right?
Super V's, yeah. Good.
So now we're looking at spark plugs right now. Tell me about this new thing.
That's right. I'm with a company out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's called Polestar Spark Plugs, and really they're very unique in the aspect that they're the only spark plug on the market that has a capacitor inside the spark plug. And basically,
so what's a capacitor, Jack?
Basically, what that means is that it stores energy in a nanosecond, and so it takes. Conventional spark plugs have a 50-watt spark when they go off. The Polestar spark plug has a 5 million watt.
Oh, we're getting power.
Pulse, yes, and really what that does is it turns inside the combustion chamber, it turns it into a plasma field. So there's a lot of technical terms about it, on what gasoline does inside the combustion chamber, and really what the Polestar plug does is it creates this plasma field which burns all of the fuel inside the combustion chamber.
Now, we're talking not necessarily race cars. This is for cruisers, street cars, classic cars. Now, I got it in a small block Chevy, let's say, and after I put them in there, I start it up, what will I notice?
the first thing you're going to notice is that it idles smoother. The next thing you're going to notice is when you start pulling away, the throttle response is much better in the engine. In other words, it'll follow your foot much better. Example, pulling away from a stoplight, it accelerates better. And so it really helps the low end torque of the engine, and then ultimately gives you more horsepower.
Now, where can we get this? Give us the lineup.
Well, the lineup where you can get them is really any box store, okay? Jag, Summit, AutoZone.
Matter of fact, we're going to run it right under the screen right now. They can see auto parts store near them.
That's right. It's very readily available.
Oh, good. And website to go to?
Just go straight to Polestar.com, and you'll get all the information on the plug.
Well, that's it from SEMA 2015. I am beat. Walking 3 days, 7 miles a day. I have my little counter on for steps and health reasons. 7 miles a day. I thought drag racing was rough going around that, but this is just incredible. I tell you, I want to do what this guy's doing that we're looking at right now. He's taking a nap, and he doesn't care where he is. And everybody's making fun, but he's having a good time. Thanks for watching. I'm John Shapiro, Cruisin' Times TV.